What?
That ass.
Tracy, you been smoking that shit again?
No, but I did have my ginger mix blend today.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how that gets me.
Yeah, horny as fuck. You know I'm allergic to that shit. What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from A Connection TV, here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on all social medias, Twitter and Instagram at A Connection TV and Threads. I'm here to talk to you about the Challenge USA Season 2, Episode 3, entitled Civil War. Is it really a civil war, or is it just the vets versus everyone else? Let's talk about it. Amanda and Tori argue with each other. We're not friends. We were never friends. I thought we would be at least aligned with each other because we are vets. No, I'm voting against you. I never liked you, and I'm not gonna like you. Okay, see, this is why we have the vets on the Challenge USA, because they're going to bring the baggage, they're going to bring the drama, and it's not just going to be a competition show, because why would it just be a competition show that's called the Challenge? We will need the drama. The Challenge USA was void of drama. And so let's bring on the vets. Here we go. In this corner, we have Amanda, who's hung up on the uncut penis of Fessy. And in this corner, we have Tori, who's also allowed her vagina to be pummeled by the uncut penis of Fessy. Who's gonna win? Who cares? I don't. I don't at all. The Secret Garden is happy that they have voted Janae out, or voted Janae into the elimination with Tori, and Tori has, you know, disqualified, eliminated Janae. And so I'm happy that Janae is gone. She was horrible. I will never forgive her for what she did to Kellyanne, ever. But anyways, it's neither here nor over there somewhere. I'm just happy that there's some drama and we get to see them fighting. And yeah, let's go for it. Tori and Paulie have a conversation, and this is interesting because I don't know, it's just an interesting thing for them to converse about life, right? And Paulie does seem very mature and calm and well put together. Paulie is looking real fine. And he's talking, and I don't know if I missed it or what I thought I heard or whatever the case may be, but he was talking about sexual orientation and him growing up not necessarily knowing if he liked guys or girls or if it was just an energy thing. But I'm like, isn't he still with Cara? And what's that all about? I'm so confused. But I was like, did Paulie just say that he was bisexual for a while? I'm like, I would love that because I love Paulie. I think Paulie's amazing. And, you know, one more person for our side. I love that. But Paulie also mentioned the fact that he had been going to therapy. And I'm wondering if that was the only way that they would let him back on the challenge, because for a long time we were wanting him back on the challenge. And it was like hit or miss. We didn't know if he was ever going to come back. Maybe by him going to therapy, that kind of was like a green flag for the producers to be like, okay, cool, Paulie is okay to come back to set. He's in a better state to come back to set, because a lot of Paulie's issues were very dramatically fueled on the show, arguments and wanting to fight people. So I can understand why the producers took a back seat from him. But bringing him back was amazing, and it's great seeing Paulie. I love Paulie in this state. We get to the challenge, and it's called Capsized, and they have to, first of all of these people looked freezing, like they were freezing not being in the water already. So for them to have to get in the water, in my mind, I'm like, I know they are crapping bricks, having to realize that they have to go in this water, and it's called Capsized, and they're spending majority of the challenge in the water where it's free. What? Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, they are vying for $250,000. I mean, I guess it should be okay for them to stay in the water, but Mo Creeper. Tiffany can't swim. That was funny to watch. She hates endurance and she hates memory. She sounds like me. She sounds like me. The red team is having at it. They seem to be kind of together, but at the very end, Michelle causes them the win. because they have to capsize like the 17th time to get the last couple of cards. The blue team goes, the blue team is hitting it. They are like getting it done. They figured out a way to memorize the cards. They get it done, wham, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am, boom. The green team goes, and it's a struggle. I'm not upset because I'm looking at Monty in his bodysuit and he looks fantastic. So does Luis, or Lewis, however you pronounce it. But they're like teetering and tottering on the capsize. It's going this way, it's going that way. And Monty, because his tall ass is the tallest, he's the one putting the flag all the way up. But it was funny to watch, to say the least. Amanda can't swim to save her life. She needs Wes to bring her back and forth. Poor Wes. Oh, poor Wes. Poor the vets, right? Poor the vets. Long story short, the blue team gets 20 flags and the red team gets 20 flags. The green team loses. They get 19. But the blue team edges out the red team. It's like 32 to 44 minutes. And the blue team wins again. Corey decides that he does not want to stick with the vets. This is not new. Corey never sticks with the vets. He never has an alliance within Johnny Bananas and the team or whoever. Never. Never has, never will, never does. And so in my mind, if I was Corey, I would be like, why not try something different, right? Why not try to work with the vets? Why not? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why not? I'm confused with that. Because if you're on the winning team anyways, what does it matter? You're not going to go in. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand why. I get why Corey feels that he needs to go against the vets because the vets are outnumbered. You're playing a game that you've never won and you're playing it the same way by going against the same people. Something in that needs to shift just a little bit, and I love Corey, but something in that needs to shift in my mind. Another question that I have for Corey is why is he listening to Alyssa, someone who's won no kind of television challenge thing ever? She didn't win Big Brother. She didn't win Survivor. She didn't win Amazing Race. And she damn for sure didn't win a challenge when she was on the challenge season 1. So why is Corey, someone who's done multiple seasons, listening to Alyssa? I'm shocked. I don't understand that. So Johnny and Amanda get voted in to go for elimination, nominated for elimination. And Tori is upset because she was powerless against it. Fessy didn't stick up for the vets, and neither did Corey. I wouldn't understand why the vets would think that Fessy would stick up with the vets just because he's been on the regular show. They've never gotten along, so I don't understand why we would think that Fessy would. And then Corey, it shouldn't be that surprising, right? Yes, you had a little mutual conversation between the three of y'all that really didn't amount to much of anything, but they threw it in the episode so we can feel like y'all conversed with him. But Corey has never felt aligned with any of the vets ever. And so I'm not completely shocked, but again, like I said before, he should try something different and hope for a different outcome because it doesn't bode well to go against the vets. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Even though they're outnumbered, I don't know. But Johnny confronts Corey and it becomes like this shouting match. And these particular gentlemen have grown. Johnny is still Johnny, but back in the day, Corey would have flipped the handle. Like he just would have flipped the handle back in the day. Like he would have tripped homeboy. You know, like he tripped the other homeboy for eating his lunch or stealing his lunch or doing something with his lunch. But Corey just remained chill. Even Fessy remained chill. Like Fessy got up, but he didn't do anything. So I don't know. I don't know. You know what I see? I see Fessy throwing Corey and I see Bananas throwing Corey and Fessy in. That's what I see. I don't know why I see that. I see something like that happening. What do you guys think? Johnny goes on a Cry Me a River binge in front of his teammates and everyone's like, oh, Johnny. And Dustin is like, or Dusty, whatever his name is like, oh my God, he's my hero. I want him to survive. He's my hero. He needs to come back. Paulie gets called to go down into the nominations right after Johnny Bananas was in a confessional video proclaiming that his old age has made him feel like a rookie compared to the young ones. But Paulie gets called against Johnny. And I don't know, I just felt like Johnny was going to win this anyway. Paulie has definitely shifted and changed a lot. And I'm not saying he shifted and changed for the worse, but that edge and competitiveness is just not really in him as visibly as it was on the prior seasons. So I just felt like Johnny was going to win. And I felt bad for Paulie because Paulie just seems like a better man and just a great guy. You even have Josh commending his growth. Like, what? Anyways, long story short, the only reason why Paulie ends up going home is because Paulie has the ability to hit the fire off on his ice and put it on Johnny Bananas, because Johnny has thrown his last beanbag. But Paulie misses and he's stuck with the fire under his ice. They make it to somewhere around 32 to 35 minutes and Paulie loses control of his arm and the fish guts fall on Paulie. This is one of the most heartfelt moments I've witnessed in the game in a long time, because outside of Olivia getting her eye almost blown out with that golf ball and homeboy, being there for her, Paulie getting emotional in the confessional and hugging. First of all, hugging and acknowledging Bananas and Paulie hugging and acknowledging each other, and then Paulie hugging and saying, "I missed you, Tej. I'm so glad I was able to see you again." Like, that tells me that he was fighting to get back on this show, and he was clamoring and clawing to get back on this show, and he wanted to get back on this show. But things had to shift and change for him to get back on this show. That's how I'm reading that. I'm reading that because then in the confessional, he's crying and admitting to himself that getting acknowledgement from Johnny Bananas about his performance really sealed the deal for him as being a competitor on the challenge. Aww, I love Paulie. But Paulie's no longer on the show, and Johnny Bananas is back in the game. And you know what? I damn for sure think that Johnny Bananas is going to de facto onto Team Blue O, and I believe he's going to take Fessy out and switch Fessy over. That's what I feel. That's what I feel he's going to do. If he does that to Corey, I guess. But I feel he's going to do it to Fessy. I think he's going to do it to Fessy. Anyways, leave your comments below. Who do you think, Corey, do you think Bananas is going to de facto? And who do you think he's going to swap places with? Leave your comments below. Thank you for watching. Deuces.